Hi guys, welcome to It's Praise. My name is Praise and I'm Ugandan. Today I'm by my side. I have a special guest. This guest, you loved him so much. I one time brought him on my show and you loved him so much. So today I'm going to be bringing him back. If you're watching and you have not yet subscribed, please kindly subscribe, like my video and share them with your friends so that, our channel gets to grow and grow and grow bigger. So my guests, come and introduce yourself. As you can see, I found him in the bush. I can travel to find anybody that you like.
Yes, how are you everyone? This is Julius once again. I've come back to It's Praise.
Okay, thank you so much, Julius, for allowing to come back onto my channel. I appreciate that so much. So I have a question. This video is just, there is a person who commented on my YouTube video and I believe that he's the right person to respond to this person. So this is Titan Triton. He said, Tanzania could have been ahead of Kenya by far, but they lack the aggression that Kenyans have, which had made them lag behind. I have never heard of Tanzanians going to the streets to demand their rights. Kenyans do go to the streets to demand better from their government. I have been to Tanzania, but they are too rigid and only restricted to speaking Swahili. It's very hard for foreigners to invest because of that. That's why most international corporates resort to investing in Kenya. So my guest, where do we begin from? There is a lot in this comment.
Okay, one thing I know about Tanzania, I think having the socialism background from since independence has actually affected their aggressiveness. They feel the government should be providing everything to them, which unfortunately in the current situation the government cannot provide.
I did not hear what you said. What did you say?
Tanzania has been running on socialism, which was
socialism?
Which was started from independence. Socialism is like you feel the government owes its own citizens the things, food, jobs, everything. So like you don't have that urge to go and look for something because you believe that the government is going to help you out. But if you go to Kenya, it's the opposite. Kenya is almost running on capitalism, where it's survival for the fittest. You don't work, you don't eat. So you have to work hard. You have to be aggressive in even looking for those job opportunities. But for Tanzanians, they're even saved from looking for some of those job opportunities. Mainly, there are some jobs which are strictly for Tanzanians, of which even if you are a foreigner, you cannot come and manipulate. As opposed to Kenya and Uganda, where you come and find even if the jobs are written there, strictly for nationals, strictly for Kenyans. Even other nationals will be considered. Those who are aggressive, who know what they want, they will run and get it. That's why you see Kenyans are so many in our hotel industry here. The same thing, so many Ugandans are in Kenya because of the aggressiveness. And even that lacks the maybe in policy where they feel, they don't mind about
Are you trying to tell me that there is no unemployment in Tanzania?
It is there, but it is not so much.
So why is it there? If they are looking, or their eyes are on the government to give them what they want, why are they unemployed, some of them?
No, you see, the reason is that is something that socialism never looked at. It looked at providing basic needs, jobs to its own nationals. It's not only Tanzania, even other countries which have run on socialism. They've looked at providing everything to their citizens, which unfortunately cannot happen, especially the higher you go up with population, the resources become fewer. So you don't have the capacity to do it.
So if you no longer have the capacity, why don't you give up and then let the citizens, fight for themselves? If you cannot manage, then why are you keeping the citizen there? Still looking on to you, yet you are not providing the solution.
No, you see, that is an ideology. Once an ideology has been developed, it takes ages to break. It was developed from the time actually of Nyerere. But you see, Nyerere wanted to break it. That's why actually he left presidency, to leave another person to come and implement policies that are against what he had promoted, which he didn't know how to handle it later in his years as a president, because he realized that it was impossible to provide everything to his citizens.
Okay, so is that the reason we don't have there are no Tanzanians here in Uganda who are working?
No, like I've told you, Uganda and Kenya, they have so many foreigners who come and work, even do the jobs of the would-be nationals. Because you see, like in Uganda, we have the policy which says that there are some jobs which are supposed to be strictly for nationals, but no one is there to implement them. So
we have that in Uganda?
Yeah, it is there. The policy is there. Even Kenya has the same policy.
Even Kenya
has the same policy of like there are certain jobs which are supposed to be meant for nationals. But because of that lack of no implementation or not minding about what is happening, other people come and take an opportunity to do those works.
So that's about aggression, because this person was saying that he has never heard that Tanzanians are going to the streets to demand for anything, even when they are not receiving like what the government promises.
No, that one, I would look at it in a different perspective, because you see, there is no reason as to why you see, mainly Kenyans and Ugandans are going on these streets because of politics. You know, they have so many parties are fighting. This party is fighting for this party, is fighting with party B. Even though people bring it as like an economic agenda, I think at the end of the day it's politics behind it. But with Tanzania, which has run on one party for almost more than 50 years, it is still running on the same party, so they don't have even that urge to go and protest.
You want to tell me that there is no opposition in Tanzania?
No, the opposition is restricted, unfortunately. They don't have the space like we give. Even Uganda, they say that they don't give opposition space, but Tanzania, they don't. They even imprison and people run out of the country. So, so it's almost being run on one party system. They have other parties, but I think it's for show. It's for showbiz. I don't think it's that serious.
So why are investors choosing Kenya over Uganda?
It's because of
Tanzania.
Yeah, most investors choose Kenya because of its policies. You know, everything starts with policy. The government of Kenya has put in place favorable policies for investors. These favorable policies, what I mean is the things which like are going to attract investors. Because you see, once an investor knows that if I go to Kenya I will make money, he will go to Kenya, as opposed to maybe coming to Uganda or to Congo and they don't make money. Because you see, these people are profit oriented. Kenya has the population. Kenya has the workforce. Kenya has even the money. You know, those people are rich. So the environment for investing is favorable.
Okay. Do you think, as Titan said, do you think the reason Tanzanians are using only Kiswahili could be the reason why investors are not coming?
It could be partly because you see, communication is very important, especially if you are using the same medium of communication, either English. Because you see, like now, if you are an investor and you want to do business in Tanzania, you need an interpreter. You get it? So you cannot run business very well using an interpreter. But if you are going to invest in Kenya, you're still going to talk with these same people speaking Swahili, are going to be speaking English with you. So it's a win-win situation in Kenya, because you know you can even negotiate in the same medium as opposed to Tanzania.
So apart from the language and the policies, is there anything that's attracting investors to Kenya?
Yes, I think there are so many factors that are attracting investors in Kenya, and one of them is surely their Kechu. They have so many destinations with their airline, so that means that they can go anywhere, pick anyone, come instead of like this person is an investor, is going to pass through a different country, rotate around. By the time they reach, they've even lost interest. Eh?
Kenya Airways.
Yeah, they even have the financial muscle, I can say.
What do you mean by the financial muscle?
The money.
But the way you said that word.
Yeah, it's a financial muscle, of course.
Too much money means the muscle.
It's financial muscle. They have the money. There are so many people have already invested before, which I think has also created that financial capabilities. For this, because you see some of these investors come and they don't have enough money, so they can come and still borrow from Kenya.
Oh.
Yes.
You come to invest and borrow?
Yes, you know you cannot do everything by yourself.
You are an investor and you come to borrow from the country you're coming to invest?
Yeah, you do. And at the end of the day, also Kenya is a beneficiary, because if an investor borrows, they will still earn an interest from that same investor. So it also helps Kenya in one way or the other.
Okay. So what do you think would discourage investors from investing in Kenya? Because you think it's 100% perfect?
I can say security. I think security is a very big problem in Kenya. I saw the other time, I think someone was talking, was asking me that which parameters was I using to measure the security between Kenya and Rwanda. I can assure this person, yes, in the comment section, I can assure this person that I've been in Kenya, I'm always in Kenya, I'm always doing business in Kenya. There is a very big problem of insecurity. Insecurity, I mean, it's not like, okay, especially the so-called MAGAs, these people who carry people, they still pick each and everything. Those people who use footbridges can testify. You know, they have those footbridges which you cross, and people can testify about that. Even if you go on like the US, the UK embassy websites, and even their social media handles, they are always warning their citizens against thuggery. Be careful. When you're in Kenya, you don't have to do ABCD. That's the only thing that is really affecting them, but I think Ruto is doing something about it. We just pray and hope that as time goes by, it is sorted, but it is still a very big problem.
That's a very big one. So what do you think would attract investors to Tanzania? Because you want to tell me that there is no single investor there?
No, Tanzanians have got investors. They are there, but they are not so many. The only thing I think that needs to happen is all the East African communities to run as a bloc, to maybe advise each other, because I'm sure maybe Tanzania doesn't have the rightful people or partners to tell them the truth, what they should be doing. And it can only be done by these countries which are in the same bloc with them. I mean the East African bloc, the 6 countries. Maybe Kenya needs to sit, Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, Congo now, South Sudan, they need to sit down and tell each other their weaknesses. They need to learn from each other. So if Tanzania can be told the truth that maybe why you are not performing well is because of this, if Uganda can be told the truth why you are not performing well is because of ABCD, maybe Kenya could chip in and help Uganda, could chip in and help Tanzania. Tanzania could still do the same. I'm not saying that all these countries like Kenya is doing well more than Tanzania. It could also be needing some advice, probably from Tanzania. So we need to have it as a collective measure to propel our development as a group, as a bloc. I mean the East African community.
Okay, and we received a comment. Someone said that we overrate Kenya, that we are overpraising Kenya among the East African countries, that the way we think, that's not how it is. So what do you have to say about that?
I don't think so. I think the person who said that is missing something. You know, sometimes you also need to be told the truth. Me, I've worked in all these countries, and it's not that Kenya only has good things. That's why I'm talking about insecurity. Even Uganda has some bit of insecurity, and I cannot shy away from talking about it. Like I said, Rwanda her security. So that is it.
What else? What else do I want to ask?
Yeah, okay, because still you're talking about like Kenya. Still, Kenya is ahead. That one is a fact.
Kenya is ahead of other East African countries.
Yes, it's a fact.
The only problem is insecurity.
Yes, some bit of I call it some bit of insecurity because it's petty thieves and what, like it's not like these rebels or what. No, it's just these petty things. But you know, some of those things can chase away investors. So that's why the government of Kenya needs to put in so much effort to clear that problem.
If it is petty, then I think they should better get rid of it. Like,
yeah, I think they are trying, though. You know,
because if it's petty,
you know, fighting crime.
Petty crime.
Fighting crime is a very big is a very big task. Is a very big uphill task. So they need to invest. They need to ask for advice. They need to do all sorts of things. Okay. Because they've already started on it. Me, I watch their TVs, by the way. Yeah, I watch KCB. Yeah.
What's trending in Kenya? What's trending
now?
I
think what is trending now is they started there. It's called the KCB, something like the exams. They are currently doing exams. And the good news also, Raila Odinga has recorded all the strikes he had planned for the whole country.
Raila Odinga also should leave us alone.
So that is also good news. You know, some of those things affect people physically, psychologically, mentally. So he has recorded all the strikes he had planned. Okay, the demonstrations, let me not call them strikes. The demonstrations had planned the nationwide demonstrations, but he has stopped them.
Okay, thank you so much. First, go and talk to the other person who's waiting. I'm waiting. We have not concluded, okay? Okay, so thank you guys for watching. I am still with my guest. He has a lot. He's so informed about these East African countries. He's coming back. So I want to ask you, remember, we are going to actually address some of the comments, because the last time we talked about patriotism, I was with you. Patriotism in Rwanda, no?
Yes.
Yes, yeah. But we got some comments from the Kenyans who are saying that the ways that thing in Rwanda is not even patriotism. That being what? They are being like silenced and oppressed, and they have no choice. So that's not patriotism. What do you have to say about patriotism in Rwanda?
No, I think the person who said that is said it with or without proof. That one I can assure them. Because you see, one, I think they've portrayed Rwanda as a dictatorial state. You know, you'd rather have a dictator who is telling you to do the right thing. I think that's a good dictatorship. Let's also appreciate partly the dictatorship. People are calling it dictatorship, but I think it's good dictatorship. Someone who tells you to clean your own home.
Because this one was saying that the patriotism in Rwanda is inside them, but the patriotism in Kenya is like outside, like it's out there. But for them, it's like in there. For Rwanda, it's in. For Kenya, it's out. What's the meaning of that?
No, I think that person doesn't follow Rwandan affairs. Because you see, and the other thing we are talking about was the medium of communication. The Rwandese are always speaking in Rwanda. They are using their language. So if you don't know their language, you cannot even conclude or know what is happening with them. Okay. So, but with Kenya, they say everything in Swahili, English, and there's a very big population that can testify because they hear what is being said. But in Rwanda, only the Rwandese, the Burundians, maybe a few Congolese, and these Ugandan Bafumbira can testify because they hear, they understand what these people are saying.
Okay. So Kenyans are always saying that they fight inside their country. They fight as tribes, during elections. But if you attack them as a foreigner, they will forget about their tribes and they will all come together and attack you. Do you know about that?
I don't have much about it, though I know they always work together. So, people work together will always find a way of even fighting together.
Is that patriotism?
Yes, I can. Yeah, it is patriotism, because if you find your brother is being kicked and you just pass by, you also need to kick that other person. That is patriotism.
You think we have that in Uganda? Ugandans patriotic? Because I've not interacted with you about that.
Well, the patriotism in Uganda, I think, still has a long way to go. That's what I can say. Especially in the central. But if you go to northern Uganda, western Uganda, I think they can do the same thing. That one I can testify. People will fight for, even if it's like a Mzungu Chinese fighting, you like in Mbarara, Kisoro,
in the west,
and in the north.
in the north. But central?
But central is too much my concern. Everyone is doing their own
Because there are
business.
very many people here from everywhere.
So that's why you find even if a Chinese is beating a Ugandan, people will just pass. But you cannot do it outside of Uganda.
Yeah.
Okay,
did I leave out anything?
No.
What about you?
Me,
no, what about you? Did you leave out anything? Like, do you have anything you have to say? Because I feel like, for me, I'm done.
Not really. Maybe we shall be addressing other comments that might come under this same video.
Okay, thank you so much. If you are watching up to the end, please, thank you so much. Subscribe, turn on that bell so that you get any time that you like. And if you like my guest, please comment down below so that I can bring him more often. And what do you want him to talk about? Do you want to ask him anything? Leave it in the comment section. Otherwise, we come to the end and we say bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.